Hello everyone, Chris Lachavo with RE/MAX Heritage Professionals, and we are once again at the end of another month. Hard to believe, actually, when I'm filming this, it's actually July 1st, so start of another month, and that means our market stats are available, and so these are stats through the end of May. And this is our June market update for Polk County, Florida. So let's get into the numbers. For closed sales, we have 1,527 closed sales for May 2024 in Polk County, compared to 1,455 a year ago. That is an increase of 4.9%. Kind of stops the trend of decrease in closed sales, so kind of nice to see a little bit of an increase year over year. Cash sales as a percentage of closed sales, we had 21.2% of all sales were cash sales, compared to 24.8% a year ago, a decrease of 14.5%. The median sales price in Polk County, $319,400 compared to $325,000 a year ago, a decrease of 1.7%. So we did see a slight decrease in the median sales price year over year. Average sales price $339,298 compared to $337,390, a slight increase of 0.6%, but of course the average can be more impacted by outliers, so that's why there's a difference there. Median percent of original list price, 97.1% is what sellers are receiving, 97.1% of the original list price, compared to 97.9% a year ago, a decrease of 0.8%. How long is it taking to go under contract? It's taking 37 days to go under contract compared to 25 days a year ago, an increase of 48%. And then it's taking 83 days to close compared to 70 days a year ago, an increase of 18.6%. Of course, most of that is because it's taking longer to go under contract in the first place. New pending sales, 1,483 new pending sales compared to 1,501 a year ago, a decrease of 1.2%. New listings, 2,036 new listings compared to 1,698, an increase of 19.9%. So definitely a significant increase there in the number of new listings. Pending inventory, 2,051 compared to 2,155, a decrease of 4.8%. Active inventory, 5,401 homes are active in Polk County right now compared to 3,126, an increase of 72.8%. And then finally, our month supply of inventory in Polk County is we have 4.3 months supply of inventory compared to 2.4 months a year ago, an increase of 79.2%. And as you recall, 6 months of inventory is a balanced market. Anything less is a seller's market, anything more is a buyer's market. So we are still in a seller's market, but we are approaching being in a more balanced market. Tune in as we talk a little bit about what all of this means and what we see happening in the market as we move forward. So the good news in the market is we certainly saw closed sales increase, so activity picked up over last year. The prices haven't changed a whole lot, went down a little bit in terms of the median, but I wouldn't say it was anything significant. And then what we're really seeing is an increase in inventory, and part of that is because homes are taking longer to sell, but we are seeing more people being willing to list their properties now. And so as we see that inventory increase, if interest rates stay where they are, we're going to find ourselves in a buyer's market pretty soon. But if interest rates drop, and there's some indication that they might in September, then we're likely to see home prices increase, and we're likely to see inventory start to decrease because there'll be more buyers in the market. Really, what is driving the market the most right now is interest rates. And so, in terms of trying to time the market, it's really about watching what interest rates are doing, because that's going to determine whether we enter a buyer's market in the next several months or we stay in a borderline seller's balance market for the next several months. And so that's really worth paying attention to. While there are a lot more inventory in terms of your resale homes, we're also seeing an increase in new construction in the area. There's been a lot of media attention paid to Polk County lately with all the growth that's happening. Because of that, builders are building a lot of homes in the area, and so we are seeing a lot of new home communities coming up. What that means is those builders are trying to attract you as the buyer to those properties, and to do so, they're offering all kinds of incentives. I'm seeing all closing costs being paid by the builder if you use their lender. I am seeing interest rate buy downs to 4.99 or 5.5%, which is a really good interest rate compared to what you're seeing now. And that's not just a 3-year buy down or a 2-year buy down, that's for the life of the mortgage. So that's a 30-year buy down basically. And so that's a really good opportunity for you if you are a home buyer out there. I really, really encourage you to consider new construction. The purchase process is a little different than a resale, and you need an agent who knows how to navigate new construction. But it's definitely worth a consideration. If you're going out to look at homes, go ahead and look at resales, but go ahead and look and see what you can find in the new home market as well. You might surprise yourself, and you're going to save money on interest, interest, but you're going to save money on your homeowner's insurance. You're not going to hopefully have a lot of repairs for a while, and so there's some real advantages, even if you have to pay a little more for the home up front, although that's not necessarily the case these days. Builders are dropping prices and really trying to get buyers in the door. Again, what really is going to drive what happens in the market over the next several months is going to be what happens with interest rates. There's buyers who want to buy a home out there, and a lot of them are just sitting and waiting to see what interest rates do. They don't want to pay over 7%. I think they're looking to pay in the 5s or 6s, low 6s. And so if interest rates start to drop to that level, you're going to see a lot of buyers flood the market, and that's really going to have an impact on our inventory and our home prices. As always, if you have specific questions about your area, I can narrow this down to zip codes. I'm just trying to cover the most people I can, and where I do the most business, but I do cover all of Central Florida, so if there's an area you want me to focus on, just let me know and I can run the numbers for you. If I can help you in Central Florida buy or sell a home, or just get an idea of what your home is worth in this market, please reach out. I'd love to help you. And as one of my past clients indicated in a review they sent me, you can't miss with Chris. So I hope you'll reach out. I'd love to help you. Have a great day, everybody.